Hello everybody and welcome to EduCore class 6th. So today we are going to do chapter 5, the major domains of Earth. It is all in one shot. NCERT solutions will be given in the next video. So let's get started. Introduction. The surface of Earth is a complex zone in which three main components of the environment meet, overlap and interact. The solid portion of the Earth on which we live is called the lithosphere. The gaseous layer that surrounds the Earth is the atmosphere, where the oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other gases are found. Water covers a very big area of the Earth's surface, and this area is called hydrosphere. Hydrosphere comprises water in its all forms, that is ice water, water and water vapor. The biosphere is the narrow zone where we find land, water and air together, which contains all forms of life. In the depiction also you can see lithosphere, which means earth, hydrosphere, which is water, and atmosphere, which is air, and the combination of these is called biosphere, the domain of earth. Sneak peek: lithosphere, then continents, then hydrosphere, then oceans, then atmosphere, then biosphere, then NCERT solutions. So it is NCERT solutions with explanation, just to remember. Lithosphere. As we know in the introduction, that lithosphere is the solid portion of the earth. Here also it is written lithosphere is equals to earth. Lithosphere. Solid portion of the earth is called the lithosphere. It comprises the rocks of earth's crust and the thin layers of soil that contain nutrient elements which sustain organisms. There are two main divisions of Earth's surface: the large land masses that are known as the continents and the huge water bodies are called ocean basins. All oceans of the world are connected with one another. The level of seawater remains the same everywhere. The elevation of land is measured from this level of sea, which is taken as 0. The lithosphere is connected with each other. That means that every continent is connected with each other. The only difference is that now water has flowed on top of it. Facts: the highest mountain peak is Mount Everest, which is 8,848 meters above the sea level. The greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. As you can see, even if we invert Mount Everest, still it will not fill up the depth of the Mariana Trench. Continents. Here is a small fun map. It is very wonderful for me. So wherever it's like this, it means there is ocean or water body. So we are going to look at this map again and again, so just remember that. Asia is the largest continent. So we are talking about Asia right now. So Asia is the largest continent. It covers about 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. The continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. So what do you mean by the eastern hemisphere? Like this is 0° longitude and this is or maybe like this. One second. And this is 0° latitude. this is not wholly correct. I'm just making it like assumption. So this is the west part, west and north. This is east and north. This is west and south. This is east and south. So it is in the eastern hemisphere and in the northern hemisphere, east northern hemisphere. The continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. So see, the continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. The Tropic of the Cancer passes through this continent. It goes almost like this. If you see India's map too, you can see the Tropic of Cancer. Yes, Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. That is what we read right now, just right now. Asia is separated from Europe by the Ural Mountains on the west. So yes, we need to see this. You see here, it is shown mountains. So these are the Ural Mountains. So they separate Asia, which is over here, this whole part, from Europe, which is, you can say, this whole part. So in comparison, Europe is more smaller, but still it is a continent. So what we get by the answer, that it is separated, Asia and Europe are separated from the Ural Mountains. The combined land mass of Europe and Asia is called the Eurasia, but it is not called as a continent, it is a land mass only, Eurasia. So it is a very important term, remember that. So it covers about 1/3 of the total land area of Earth. It is the largest continent, so it makes sense why it covers a major part of the Earth, land mass of the Earth. Europe is much smaller than Asia. As you can see over here, it is much smaller than Asia, proved. The continent lies to the west of Asia. Already we know it already actually. The Arctic Circle passes through it. Yes, the Arctic Circle passes through it. So there is a circle or type of a latitude. It is the Arctic Circle. So the Arctic Circle passes through the continent of Europe. It is bound by water bodies on its 3 sides. Yes, so as you can see over here, it is showing here is water body. As you can see, here is also water body. Once again, here is also a water body, here is also a water body, and here is also a water body. But here is land, mountains, but you can call it a land only. So that is why you say that it is covered 3 sides by water only. Africa. So there is a lot of information. Africa is the second largest continent after Asia. You can see it clearly, it's very big. Okay, it is almost to Asia, but Asia is still much bigger. The equator or the zero latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent. So it is almost through the middle of the continent, but it is not in the middle of the continent, almost. So remember to add the key term, almost. A large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. From here we know that Africa does not lie wholly. Whole Africa does not lie in the southern hemisphere. It looks like so, but it is not true. Okay, so it is not in the southern hemisphere. It is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, equator, and the Tropic of Capricorn pass. So all 3 latitudes, important latitudes, pass through this continent. So this can be a very important question. which is the continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, Equator, or the Tropic of Capricorn pass. If it is written that write a short note on Africa, this is a very important point and it will give you some marks too. The Sahara Desert, or the world's largest hot desert, is located in Africa. Okay, the continent is bound on all sides by oceans and seas. As you can see, it is bound all sides by oceans and seas. So here is a sea. Okay, the world's longest river, Nile flows through Africa. North America. North America is the third largest continent of the world. Okay, so first largest was Asia, then Africa, and then North America. It is linked to South America by a very narrow strip of land called the Isthmus of Panama. So we will discuss this part just after completing North America. So the continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. So that is what we knew, northern and western hemisphere, like this and then like this. So northern and western hemisphere. Can you see a little type of piece of land which is connecting South America and North America? Yes, that is the Isthmus of Panama. So we're going to know what do you mean by isthmus. Every country in this continent has a coastline. This is not given in the book, but it is a fact. You can say that every country in this continent has a coastline. As you can see, this Greenland, Canada, United States of America, and so on. It is surrounded by 3 oceans. Okay, it is surrounded by 3 oceans. Isthmus and Straits. It is given in the NCERT book. Isthmus, a narrow strip of land joining 2 land masses, is called the isthmus. A strait is a narrow passage of water connecting 2 large water bodies like seas and oceans. Name the strait between India and Sri Lanka. It is the Park Strait. So Park Strait is the strait between India and Sri Lanka. It is very easy. South America. South America lies mostly in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so mostly, not completely, mostly. Which 2 oceans surround it on the east and west? Pacific and the Southern Ocean. So Southern Ocean is over here and Pacific Ocean is over here. It is completely in the east and Southern Ocean is more like southwest, but you can call it west. The Andes, world's longest mountain range, runs through its length from north to south, maybe like this. South America has the world's largest river, that is the Amazon River. Australia. Australia is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. So we know that it is a continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. So this is 0 degree latitude. Yes, this is a 0 degree latitude and this is Australia. It is a very small continent compared to others, so it is the smallest continent. And by the way, it is the only continent that has only one country. Well, like, it is not the only continent, it is a continent that has only one country in it. Antarctica is also one, but you can say that it has only one country in it. Yes, it is surrounded on all sides by oceans and seas because it's almost an island, so it is surrounded all sides by oceans and seas. It is called an island continent. Yes, so it is called an island continent. Why? Because it is surrounded on all sides by oceans and seas. Antarctica. One second. Yes, you'll understand why I'm making this. But yes, Antarctica is completely in the southern hemisphere and it is a huge continent. So there are 2 continents which lie completely in the southern hemisphere, which is Australia and Antarctica. both were there. So the South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent. So that is the South Pole almost. That is not actually the South Pole. I am just like estimating it. So there is a South Pole in Antarctica. As it is located in the South Polar region, it is permanently covered with thick ice sheets. Okay, so there are no permanent human settlements. There are only research stations there of many countries. India has research stations there. These are named as Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. So Dakshin means, in Hindi, Dakshin means what? Dakshin means south, and Gangotri is the glacier which actually from which the river Ganga originates. So it is the Gangotri glacier, and Dakshin means south. Hydrosphere, so it was lithosphere. As you can see, it was only land. This is also type of land only, but land and everything is land, so it is all, they all come in lithosphere. Hydrosphere, what do you mean by hydro? You must have heard it sometimes that hydro here means water. So hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, Earth is called a blue planet. Then why does it face a shortage of water? Why do people scream and say save water, save water? Do they make any sense? They do. How? Let's see. More than 71% of the earth is covered with water and 29% is with land. So 71% of the earth is covered with water and 29% of it is land. Only 29%. So what is the logic behind screaming that we have a loss of water, we have a loss of water? You'll understand it very, very soon that why is the reason. Hydrosphere consists of water in all its forms, as running water in oceans and rivers and in lakes, ice and glaciers, underground water and the water vapor and atmosphere all comprise the hydrosphere. It is not air, by the way, it is water vapor. So all comprise in the hydrosphere. More than 97% of the earth's water is found in the oceans and is too salty for human use. That is how you understand why is there a shortage of water. Even if there is 70% of the earth is covered with water, only in the 71%, if we take 71% as 100%, only 97.2% to be more precise, so 97.2% only of it cannot be used, and only 2.77% can be used. But it is now, still you will understand that there is a small group of it. Now a large proportion of the rest of the water is in form of ice sheets and glaciers or under the ground, and a very small percentage is available in fresh water for human use. So a very, very, very small percent, which is 0.03%, is the fresh water which we can use. So that is the reason why we say save water, save water. So hence, despite being a blue planet, we face a shortage of water. So if somebody asks you, yeah, tell me why, even if Earth is a blue planet, we call it that there is a shortage of water. So you can give him like a facts and they'll get surprised. So this is a very small paragraph, and maybe you've heard about it in the 4th, 5th or whatever standard you were previously in. So you may have heard about it, but in this standard you'll get it as your syllabus. Oceans. Yes, hydrosphere. So hydrosphere is water, so we also need to know about oceans. So here's the Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Southern Ocean. So yes, and see, Atlantic Ocean is forming a S. Can you see it is forming a S with South America, Africa, North America and Europe? Everybody is making the Atlantic Ocean form an S. Southern Ocean, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean. So Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean, as you can see clearly, because the spheres the sphere shape of the earth, or you can say geoid shape of the earth, cannot be described in a flat surface. It can be only like, it will be a little wrong, but we can visualize it. So Pacific Ocean, it means that if we put it as a globe, then Pacific Ocean covers a lot of part of the earth. Even if you have a globe, you can check it out. The oceans are the major part of hydrosphere. They all are interconnected. Ocean waters are always moving. Three chief movements of ocean waters are waves, tides, and ocean currents. The five major oceans are the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. In order of size, the Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean. It is spread over 1/3 of the earth. Okay, so it is spread in over 1/3 of the earth. The Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the earth, lies in the Pacific Ocean. So you heard it before? Yes, that is the same Mariana Trench. The Pacific Ocean is almost circular in shape. Asia, Australia, North and South America surround it. So Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. It is S-shaped. As I told you, Atlantic Ocean is S-shaped, as you can see. It is flanked by North and South Americas on the western side and Europe and Africa on the eastern side. So it is flanked from North America, South America, western side, Europe and Africa, eastern side. The coastline of the Atlantic Ocean is highly intendant. This irregular and intendant coastline provides ideal location for natural harbors and ports. So this is a very important point, that it provides, the Atlantic Ocean is an ideal location for natural harbors and ports. From the point of view of commerce, it is the busiest ocean. So the busiest ocean in the world is the Atlantic Ocean. The Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the only ocean that is named after a country, that is India. The shape of ocean is almost triangular. In the north, it is bound by Asia, in the west by Africa, and in the east, Australia. So that is why it's saying almost. So it is not a very good triangle, but yes, you can almost call it as a triangle. The Southern Ocean encircles the continent of Antarctica and extends northward to 60 degrees in south latitude. So the Southern Ocean encircles the continent of Antarctica, so it like encircles and extends toward 60 degree in the south latitude. The Arctic Ocean is located within the Arctic Circle and surrounds the North Pole. It is connected with the Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as the Bering Strait. It is bound by a northern coast of North America and Eurasia. So Eurasia is combined landmass of Europe and Asia. Bering Strait. So that is what we talked about in straits. So there is a strait between, what is a strait? So a strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two large water bodies like seas and oceans. This can come in your further studies. It is bound by northern coast of North America and Eurasia. Atmosphere. So the Earth is surrounded by a large layer of gas called the atmosphere. This thin blanket of air is an integral part and important aspect of the planet. It provides us with the air we breathe and protects us from the harmful effects of sun rays. The atmosphere extends up to a height of 1,600 kilometers. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on composition, temperature, and other properties. These layers, starting from Earth's surface, are called the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and the exosphere. The atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen, which make up about the 99% of clean dry air. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, helium, everything comprise 1% by volume. So as you can see in this pie chart, nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, and 1% is the carbon dioxide and other gases, as you would like to call it. Oxygen is the breath of life, while nitrogen helps in the growth of living organisms. Carbon dioxide, though present in minute amount, is important as it absorbs heat radiated by the earth, thereby keeping the planet warm. It is also essential for the growth of plants. Density of the atmosphere varies with height. So as you can see that it helps in keeping the planet warm, and if we put excess of carbon dioxide, what happens? Global warming. So from here you understand the term global warming. It is maximum at the sea level and decreases rapidly as we go up. The climbers experience problems in breathing due to this decrease in the density of air. They have to carry with them oxygen cylinders and to be able to breathe at higher altitudes. You can see the picture in the book. So the temperature also decreases as you go upwards. The atmosphere exerts pressure on the earth. This varies from place to place. Some areas experience high pressure while some areas experience low pressure. Air moves high pressure to low pressure. Moving air is also known as wind. As you can see, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. You can even take a screenshot of it. Let's go. So it is the layers of Earth's atmosphere. In exosphere we have spaceships and satellites. Thermosphere, auroras. Mesospheres, meteors and meteorological rockets. Stratosphere, radiosondes and everything. And troposphere, hot air balloon, passenger plane and everything. Biosphere. Yes, this picture is very important. So atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere combine the biosphere. So biosphere is the narrow zone of contact between land, water and air. So land is lithosphere, water is hydrosphere, air is atmosphere, and biosphere is the domain of life. It is in this zone that life that is unique to this planet exists. There are several species of organisms that vary in size from microbes and bacteria to huge mammals. All the living organisms include humans that are linked to each other and to the biosphere for survival. The organisms in the biosphere may broadly be divided into the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. The three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or other. For example, the cutting of forests for fulfilling the need of wood or clearing the land for agriculture or development may lead to fast removal of soil from slopes. Similarly, Earth's surface may be changed due to natural calamities like earthquakes. For example, there could be a submergence of land, as happened in the case of tsunami recently. So this very past activity, parts of Andaman and Nicobar Islands were submerged underwater. Some parts. Okay, so discharge of waste material into lakes, rivers make the water unsuitable for human use. It also damages other forms of life. Let me show you something. Yes, we got this, no? 0.03 is fresh water and we are also polluting it. So how will we get enough water to drink and do any other things with water? We do so many things. We wash our clothes, we drink it, we take a bath ourselves, animals also drink it. Animals also have to survive. So we will not be able to coexist with one another if this level of water shortage will happen. Emission from industries, thermal power plants and vehicles pollute the air. Carbon dioxide or CO2 is an important constituent of air, but increase in the amount of CO2 leads to increase in global temperatures. This termed as global warming. There is thus a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of nature between domains of the lithosphere atmosphere and the hydrosphere. So we need to maintain the balance of the nature. Okay, the chapter is completed. You can dance like this very happy person. So the chapter is completed. We will be doing NCERT solutions soon. So till then, thank you. Comment section is for doubts, suggestions and comments on the video. EduCore Classics is my new Instagram account. Thank you very much for watching.